So the first issue we have is that is an order problem. When we give people a journal article and you think about how you consume that journal article, you don't read it. You don't read that journal article sequentially. You go in and you find the pieces that you're interested in, and then you backfill. So you don't, it's like a filing cabinet. That initial image was arranged to look like a filing cabinet on purpose. It's like a filing cabinet where everything is so well organized that I can go find what I want. When I read a journal article, this is what I'm looking for. I need to go find this is the information I want. When you give a presentation, instead of giving people all the information and then asking them to figure out what they want, your job is just to give them something, choose something for them. Enormous power when you're giving someone a presentation, because you're choosing what it is that you're going to share, and you're choosing from everything, but you're not trying to do everything. You're just doing part. So the next question we have to ask, so this was a little bit about organization. We also have to think about, how do people make sense of it, right? How do people make sense of it? So they don't actually make sense of information by background, methodology, results, discussion. That's not, we were just talking about that, right? We build it from the inside out. And those aren't even the right labels. Those aren't the right labels. We make sense of things because they're problems, solutions, right? There's a problem and a solution to that problem, which is, the solution is usually a hypothesis. And then there's an approach. How do we go about doing this? And then from that, you get some evidence, which is your results, that your solution's going to work, or your solution needs to be adapted. And then we get a different future because of what you've done. You've changed the future. So problem, solution, approach, evidence, future, that's actually the way we start to make sense of information when people tell us things, right? I started by talking about the problem that you have. I'm now offering you a solution to that problem, okay? So the solution to that problem is starting to reorganize the way you think about things, okay? I was working with an engineer who's working in gut microbiome, and this is the reorganization. People's gut microbiomes are becoming hotspots for antimicrobial drug resistance. We're going to create a gut emulator to study that, because we need to figure out where the pathogenic, non-pathogenic genes are transferred. It's all in here. But this isn't actually, we're not here yet. We're not here yet. This is still too jargony, too complex, but we're now a step closer to getting there. And the step closer to getting there is what I call your Wade statement. It's the answer to, what are you actually doing? What are you actually doing? Okay. And in this particular case, Fatima, who's doing this work, is, in order to solve the problem of AMR resistance developing in people's guts, I'm building a gut emulator to study how and where gene transfer happens. That understanding will then be able to develop ways to prevent it. If you want to talk to audiences that are not in your field and maybe aren't even in academia, you need to have 2 sentences like this about your talk. And it's only 2 sentences, and it needs to be this simple. Because if you don't, if you can't figure it out, if you can't do this work, how do you expect them to be able to do it? Right? How do you expect them to be able to do it? So this is your job. It's your job to do this work before you start talking. Okay?